In this video, I'm going to give you the simplest and most effective strategy to finding tons of winning products that you can sell on Amazon. And you can find these winning products at websites like adidas.com, nike.com, walgreens.com, any of the major retail websites out there. They're all going to be selling name brand products that are already in massive demand on Amazon. Sales like the one Adidas is having right now are how I'm able to sell over $2 million a year in my personal Amazon business. So I want to give you the strategy that I use to find a lot of those products. So let's just go ahead and jump into it here. We're going to break down how to identify winning products, how to look through all these bad products as fast as possible, and then we'll also break down how much to buy of the good products that we end up finding here today. So let's just go ahead and start jumping into it here. And what I'm typically going to do on these websites is just start opening up any of the more like standard type products. I'm also just curious on this. A lot of times when you're sourcing products, especially in the early days, it's just a game of opening up as many listings as possible. And especially on sales like this, where we can get 30 bucks off on 100 bucks. So somewhere around 30% we can probably get depending on like the item's price. We'll be factoring all that in. But I'm also typically going to be opening up the listings that are already on at least somewhat of a sale, going to increase the odds that I'm going to be able to find a profitable product, right? So for example, these right here, these are 60% off and we can get another 30% off. So I definitely want to check those out. Something like these that are $90, I would have to typically sell the items for about double what I pay for them. And so something like this, we're going to end up paying 70 or 80 bucks after our coupon per unit. And I just don't see these selling for $150 on Amazon, right? So that's the sourcing muscle that you're hoping to develop over time. But hopefully this video will give you an even clearer perspective as to what you're working on, right? So we're just going to open up a couple of these listings here and then we'll get rolling. So let's start with these 5 and I'll show you how to look them up, right? So the easiest way, especially when you're looking at a sale, just a place where you know that there might be cheap inventory, like today, we've got really low prices at Adidas, plus we got a sale. I'm just going to start opening up the SellerAmp Chrome extension on any of these items here, especially the more basic, like the black and white. We're going into spring right now, so stuff like this is going to be super popular pretty soon. So slides, shorts, baseball gear. Always try to keep in mind the seasonality of the products. Any sports that are coming up soon, always good to look out for. And now that we have this open, I just want to open up any potential listings that these slides could be on. And in this case, seems like there's quite a bit, right? We're buying these for 18 and we'll do some quick math to figure out what we can actually get these for, right? So we get 30 bucks off 100 at Adidas. You can place multiple orders if we find something good. So to get us over 100, we're buying like 6 units, and then we're getting rid of $30 of that buy cost, and then we're dividing that by 6 units. You can do all your math within the cost price blank there. So we're going to be paying $13 a pair for this shoe. And so anytime, especially when I'm looking at items with variations, so on this listing, we have all these different colors and all these different sizes, and all together, those are selling over 8,000 times a month. Anytime I'm on a variation listing, I like to figure out like my lowest price that I want to sell for. So in this case, if we're doubling, it's not quite there, 27 bucks, probably 28. Yeah, 28 bucks, probably 29 to hit that very solid 35% ROI right there. So yeah, 28, 29 bucks is what we're looking for. And so now that we've got our maximum sale price here, typically I'll just go ahead and head down to the variations section down here. And then I only want to see the items that are above my price. So down here, I can go to greater than, and I'll just do 28 bucks or something like that. So now we've filtered down to only the items that are more than $28. And from here, I'm just going to be filtering through looking for the ones that we do have in stock on the Adidas website. So this, for example, we might have, let's see if we have the all black over in stock. Maybe those are sold out. That's totally fine. Good to know. So we'll look for let's just look for like the standard ones down here. So this is perfect. Size 5 right there. It's got 400 ratings. So it's definitely sold in the past. Currently selling for, let's see, 40 bucks. So if we're buying these shoes here for 13 bucks after our coupon code, when we scroll down to the charts right here, we can see that there's a decent history that this item has sold in the $45 to $40 price range. And like I said, this had a bunch of reviews on it. This would be something that maybe our first profitable product that you could go ahead and pull the trigger on. Just because it's a size 5, not super popular size, I'd probably end up buying 10 units of this, test it out, see how it goes. If all 10 sell, then awesome, you made 150 bucks, you want to restock it. And if it ends up taking a second for these to sell, that's totally okay. When you first start out, it's a really good idea to be placing test orders on anything that you're actually buying. And then over time, you'll know how to skip the test orders, jump straight into placing really big inventory buys. But I'm not seeing too much on this that tells me that this size is selling really fast. Another thing we can do is we can go down to the variations function of SellerAmp. We can press check, and then we can see how highly reviewed the color that we want to sell is and the size that we want to sell. So for example, on this listing, the size 5, I think is one of these that has maybe like 1 review. I see it right there. So size 5 men's, that's what we're looking at. And then right down here, we can also see this specific variation that we're looking at has 3% of the reviews. So it definitely has sold in the past. It's not one of these down here, these weird colors, weird sizes that no one's ever bought, but it's definitely not the fastest selling, which makes total total sense, right? That the size 9, the size 10s, that kind of stuff would be the fastest sellers on this listing. But based on the fact that we've got a couple ratings here, this whole listing selling thousands of times a month, you could probably at least buy 10 units there and you're making some money, right? So there's tons more of these little slide listings that we could check through. It's always a good idea just to open up as many of those as possible. You never know when the same item might be way more profitable on a different listing. So I'd really encourage that you jump through all the different kind of variations there. And that's why I like being able to open up based on the item's title, not just pulling like a UPC or plugging it into Amazon and looking at one listing. With SellerAmp, we can see all of the different potential options there. There's probably some stuff to slip into there, right? Just for sake of variety, I'm going to move on to some different items. I'm sure there's more gems hiding on that listing though. We found one right away. So you can dig deeper on that kind of thing. I'm just personally curious on this. I don't know who's out here wearing these out in the wild. I'm not seeing too much up here either. So we can go ahead and skip those. And let's go ahead and check out some of these other ones here. So we'll click the SellerAmp button. It's Adidas Comfort flip-flops. Let's pop that open. I think this model's a little different because the stripes are in a different spot. These are on like the foot part. These are on the like the bottom, you know, something like that. So let's go ahead and dive into this listing here. Again, we just need to figure out what's the lowest price that we can sell this for. And then we're going to look at all the other ones underneath that, right? So these are 21 bucks. So to get us over 100 bucks, we're going to 105, subtract 30, and then divide by 5. Hopefully you're following that logic there. That's just from this spend 100, save 30 coupon that we're taking advantage of here. So we're buying these for 15 bucks, following our rule to double the price. And a lot of times with like flip-flops and stuff, it can be a little bit more. So these maybe be more like a $32 price that we're looking for. So let's go ahead and do the same thing. Go ahead and hop down here and we'll filter by the current new price. And immediately seeing a lot of these are like below our threshold. We'll just keep moving on, right? So looking at products on Amazon, this was a big mental shift for me when I started scaling my Amazon business. We're not necessarily looking for the best winning products. We're trying to figure out how to skip bad products as fast as possible. And so that little trick there, we're just finding, are there any items on this listing that are even like the highest price? In this case, only one of them is like this really weird color. The answer is no. So we can immediately skip. We don't have to worry about looking at this product as a whole. So let's go ahead and pop open this one. Keep on trucking along here. So Cloud Foam, you're not sure if these are the 2.0s. The 2.0s look a little bit different. Stripes go like all the way down. There's one right there. Decently high sales rank. This is another good example of what to look out for. And also just like a quick time saver, if you're looking up at these items here and the BSR is above 150 to 200K, typically not going to be super worth looking into. But these right here, so 44,000 sales rank and 120, we'll definitely check those out. And so again, we're going to do the exact same thing. We got the black here. I'm also just curious how many of these we've got at a really cheap price. So we could get like the all whites. Let's see. These are pretty standard, but we don't have too many of those in stock. Let's say I'm mostly looking for probably the all black ones on this listing. Let's see if any of those actually even sell. We'll check out the variations feature down here. We're looking for black iron metallic right there. And let's see, black iron metallic. We can also switch this to color. So let's see, black iron metallic. So black iron metallic has 5% of the ratings. So it's definitely not like the fastest seller on the listing. What is the most popular size? Like 8, 11, 10. So let's see if any of those are expensive enough for us. So these are 49 bucks right here. We're buying these for 30 bucks with a little bit of a coupon. So these could be worth checking out. So 30 times 4 minus 30 bucks for our coupon divided by 4 because there's 4 units. So our per unit cost is 22 bucks here. These are selling for 49 right now. I also noticed on the charts, there's a couple things that I don't like about this item and we would maybe want to skip it. The ROI is pretty decent though, so it could be worth the risk. But let me explain the risk here, right? So we can see on the charts that Amazon has been selling on this item for quite a while, you know, maybe even the whole history, a year. Yeah, so Amazon, anytime you see like this orange highlighting there, that shows me that Amazon is selling it. And typically Amazon does not share sales with third-party sellers. But the way we can test that is through the buy box analysis. And actually we can see right now that Amazon is sharing sales with a third-party seller. It says ships from Amazon sold by this hash supply right there. So we could even go down to average 30 days. And over the last 30 days, it seems like Amazon might be starting to share the buy box a little bit. We can see there's a third-party seller that just made a sale. This smaller seller is just making a sale. So honestly, I don't hate this item. There is a little bit of an increased risk because of the increase in seller count there. That could drop the price, and how much Amazon has been on it also increases our risk a little bit. But it seems like Amazon has wanted to make those sales at a little bit higher price. So if we're trying to get up to their price, that's super profitable. The current price, if we're competing with third-party sellers, that is a 53% ROI. We make 12 bucks on this. So honestly, I don't hate that item. I would maybe go ahead and pick up a few units of it. Let's go ahead and check out and see if there are any of the 10s and 11s. Based on those reviews we were looking at, those are the other ones that sell. So those are also 50 bucks. Let's see if Amazon shares the sales. Doesn't seem like they're sharing too much, although 2 hours ago, this third-party seller made a sale. Just now, this third-party seller made a sale. So I'd probably test like 5 units. It seems like Amazon is starting to share sales on this listing for whatever reason. So I'd probably test another 5 units on that. Let's see. We're buying these for $22.50. I think Amazon's on these too, but they're more expensive than the current third-party price. So let's see. 30-day average. Amazon's hog even more of those. Maybe another 3 to 5 unit test order. See how it goes. See if you can sell any. But we're, clearly we're barking up the right tree there. Finding a couple profitable items there. And let's keep digging. I noticed that we also had a couple of these other listings, right? So this one was like 121K. This one was that 3K listing. So there could be some other gems on the other colors. Do that same process. Keep digging through the colors. But I also want to check out this other listing here and see if there's any gems. So especially this right here. If we've got this, let's see. These are still 75 bucks. I believe that's the same item. Yeah, these are still 75. These are like 65 over here. So probably not going to be super worth it. I want to see if there's any other colors. I don't see, it's honestly a weird listing. I think this is genuinely just the white 7.5 still selling 600 times a month. So that goes to show you how fast things can sell on Amazon. A lot of these are selling decently. Let's just check out this next item here. So let's see, most of these are retail price. This one is not though, so we'll check this one out. Click this open. Swift Run shoes. There's a 20K BSR. We're looking at, so yes, we got the men's. So we're gonna open up the men's listings. There's another one. And especially, I think on this listing, we're just looking for this color, which I believe is that last listing we just opened. So let's see if there's anything good here. So we actually could be in the money a little bit. Let's check this out. So 59 bucks. If we're doing 59 bucks, trying to get over 100 to get that coupon to work, subtract our sales and all that, and then we come out to a $44 per unit buy cost. And so something like this honestly is profitable, but this compared to those other items you're looking at, it doesn't seem like Amazon's really sharing sales. I typically want to see Amazon at no more than 80 or even 85%. Some of those like faster selling listings, it can be worth competing. Just because this one's not the fastest seller in the world, I'm not super interested, but I am going to go ahead and check out and see if there's any other listings on here that we can compete on. So variations, go ahead and even just throw on the Amazon current price so we can see if any of these are consistently out of stock by Amazon. So the size 11 could be worth checking out. Looking at that graph right there where Amazon goes away. Size 12, Amazon's on a lot of these. So those two could be worth checking out. So these are 90 bucks right here. We're buying these for 44, another 55% ROI. Although in the past, seems like pretty good history of selling for 69 bucks. Amazon is not on these at all though, which is always nice. Average price over the last 90 days is 70 bucks. So it seems like one of our worst case scenarios here. We're still making a little bit of money. Definitely a little bit risky just because the price is so much higher than it normally is. This could be the type of thing that you buy and then you list as a merchant fulfilled item. Because right now the profit is really good. If you list it as a merchant fulfilled item, you're basically going to ship it directly to the customer whenever it sells. So you have less lag time of basically trying to get it into Amazon, get it all checked in, all that kind of stuff. Just opens you up to more risk when you're waiting longer. This size 12 is maybe a little bit better here. It's also in stock there. So we got the size 12 is actually there. This one has been at like 80 bucks for basically a month at this point. Let's see, if we go back to 80 bucks, we're buying these for 44, still making 15 bucks profit. Something like this. Let's just go ahead and check the reviews. Right now we're making $55 at the current prices and all that. I guess we go 89 bucks. Yeah, we're making 23 bucks profit on every sale right now. So we just do a quick variations check to make sure that people are actually buying this one. And then we'd probably be good to honestly maybe do a 10 unit test order or something based on how many reviews this spits out for us. So size 12, what we're looking at. That's weird. Usually size 12 sell a little bit faster, but let's go ahead and pop some of these open here. So we're looking at this ASIN right here ending in BQG. You can see that up there in the URL. And that one actually has 9% of the reviews here. See the size 12, the same ASIN we're looking at, got a couple reviews. Not the fastest seller on the listing. So if we're factoring all that in, all the shoes on this listing sell about 200 times a month. And the shoe that we're looking at right here has about 10% of those sales, roughly estimating based on reviews. There's about 18 to 20 sales going to this shoe every month. So if you test probably 5 to 10, got a couple other competitors here to think about. So yeah, I'd probably buy 5 of these. You could buy 10 if you're just trying to get some money spent. I don't see these going unprofitable if you did buy 10. And so there's another kind of example of a quick little winning product there. All just by digging through these websites here, punching the titles and seeing what SellerAmp spits out for us. So if you don't already have our product research tool, SellerAmp, make sure you get a free trial down below. Starts at 20 bucks a month. And as you can see, it'll power your product sourcing, make you way more money than 20 bucks a month. And go through that link down below or go to selleramp.com/trial. And then once you do that, you can get a 2-week free test drive of the software, start making some money and get the ball rolling with your Amazon business. But I really hope you got some value from this video. If you did get value out of today's video, please feel free to subscribe. That helps us out for adding some value back to you, helping you make a little bit of money on Amazon. Let us know if you have any questions, comments, anything like that. Always happy to answer those down below. But we really appreciate you watching this video, and I will see you next time.